All right, so today I am joined by New York City-based actor Jordan Bell. How are you doing today?
Hey, I'm great. I'm great. It's a beautiful fall day out here, so I'm happy.
Nice. Yeah, here in St. Louis, it's like up in the high 70s, low 80s, so it's still feeling that summer feel, but it's starting to dwindle down a little bit.
Man, oh man, what are we doing? It's still summer. It's the end of October. It's Halloween.
I
It's
know,
crazy.
right? Yeah, no, this past
Man.
week it's been humid and hot and like, oh my God, I want that fall weather, but it's the Midwest. What can you expect?
Yeah.
So, Jordan, tell me, how excited are you for the second season of Danny Will Die Alone to premiere on Dekkoo?
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for Danny Will Die Alone to premiere November 14th. I can't wait for people to watch it. I've been sitting on it now for almost a year.
Nice.
We filmed it. We filmed it way back in February, March of this year, so 2024, and I couldn't wait to see how it all turned out. And then I don't know, it was a couple weeks ago. I got some screeners sent over to me, and I stayed up till I think it was like 2:30 in the morning. I watched the whole season all in one go because I just wanted to see how it all turned out, and
Mhm.
I was so happy with it. And so I can't wait for people to see it.
Very nice. So, for those who have not yet checked out this series, why should they?
Oh, I think the series is great. I think it's really funny. Um, that it's unlike any other series out there. I think the best way to try to describe it, because I know a lot of people haven't seen the first season, is it's kind of like Sex in the City in that there's a man of the week every
Mhm.
week, kind of meets Fleabag because it's there's the main character Danny, who I don't play, but the main character Danny, he addresses the audience. He talks straight to camera, and he's going through his dating life and his life in New York City. So it's Sex and the City meets Fleabag meets Billy on the Street, Billy
Okay.
Icon. Because the show it's wickedly funny, it's sarcastic, it's sardonic, and I think it'll shock a lot of people. It pulls no punches.
Hmm.
It's also really funny, and
Yeah.
I think that the show itself it inspires a lot of conversation because it talks about gay and queer dating today,
Hmm.
and uh, and it brings up a lot of things that I can't wait for people to talk about with their friends.
Yeah, exactly. So, you believe the show gives a truthful and authentic portrayal of dating within the queer community?
I do. I think it identifies a lot of things. I mean, it talks about open relationships. It talks about polyamory. It I play to the main character Danny. I play Maddie,
Hmm.
and they meet on an app, and they start off as just a hookup, and a friendship is born out of that.
Okay.
And I think that is something that's really common
Hmm.
today in a lot of queer relationships. I have a lot of friends, and I've heard a lot of people, and a lot of people say, yeah, you know what? I met a lot of my social circle on the apps.
Hmm.
Uh, but I don't see that in reflected in the media necessarily.
Okay.
So I think the relationship between my character and Danny, I think that in and of itself is unique and something interesting to watch for.
Definitely, I agree. Definitely. So, Danny Will Die Alone was created by Jack Tracy, and you are joining this season. This is your first season as
Yeah.
Maddie, Danny's regular hookup buddy, like you said. So, why did you want to be involved with this project?
Oh, I remember when I first got the first couple scenes from my audition. I I remember thinking, oh, I don't get it. I don't right or I don't get the character. I don't think the character is it didn't seem a lot like me. My character Maddie, the character that I play, he is he's sort of a strong silent type. He's one word answers. He is he's very forward and sardonic and um I don't know. I'm a nice guy from Canada. I, I think I get along with everyone. I
Mhm.
think everyone's my best friend. And so I got these scenes and I thought they were really well written, but I thought, I don't know if this is me. So I put it on tape, I sent it off, and a couple weeks later they asked me to come in and do a chemistry test with Jack.
Hmm.
So I thought, okay, you must have done something that they liked. And so when I went in for that chemistry test, they gave me a couple more scenes to read, and with that they gave me the scripts to 2 episodes, and I read the scripts, and I was so taken with them because I thought they're so current.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I thought they were really interesting, and I thought it's unlike anything else that I've seen
Hmm.
online in queer stories that are being told. And so I went in for that chemistry test with Jack, and right away, I knew that we had something. We were clicking back and forth,
Yeah.
and I think Jack is giving such a fantastic performance in the show. It's so funny, it's so biting, it's so in your face,
Mm.
and that was present from that very first day. I couldn't take my eyes off him. That's it. I mean, it really was. There was this electric chemistry. So
Yeah.
that was really exciting. But I also, with the time I had leading up to that, I worked on these scenes because I started to get invested in this. You know, there's nothing makes an actor want a job more than someone saying, you know what, you did good.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, so I started to get invested in it, and I thought, okay, when I first read this, I didn't necessarily see myself in the character, but what can I bring to it?
Hmm.
And so I think I brought a lot of qualities to this character. And one thing that really did attract me to Maddie was, especially in the first half of the season, he doesn't say a lot.
Hmm.
A lot of the scenes start off with we're hookup buddies, so a lot of the
Hmm.
scenes start off with us in a lot of undress, and it's afterwards when we'll be laying there. That's sort of when we have the scenes, and Maddie doesn't say a lot, and I thought, okay, how can I introduce this character,
Yeah.
um, and how can I get across his story with as few words as possible, and with body language and with looks,
Mm.
and that was a really great challenge for me, and I grew to love Maddie. I think he's Danny's foil. They are polar opposites,
Yeah.
and I don't know. He has so much going on under the surface, and I think
Mhm.
that's really interesting as an actor. But I think also that it comes across to the audience that that he's an interesting guy.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I mean, he adds a layer of drama that gives Danny's character a new emotional depth. Have you
Mhm.
ever worked with Jack before?
No, no,
Okay.
I had never met him. I didn't know him. I wasn't familiar with his work.
Mhm.
I mean, he's wow. Jack is prolific.
Mhm. Yes, I agree.
Yeah, he's a lawyer
Mhm.
by trade, and a couple of years ago, I think I don't want to tell this story for him, but he woke up one day and said, "Oh, I have more to offer, and if I want to feel satiated as a human and as a creative person, he started writing, and he has
Yeah.
written feature films, and he has a couple of web series that have come out. He has music coming out all the time. He has a couple of
Yeah.
EPs that have come out. Now he has the show. But I wasn't familiar with any of that. The first time we met was our chemistry read. Right
Nice.
away, like I said, he is firing on all cylinders,
Mhm.
and I thought, oh man, this guy is he's a genius.
Exactly, definitely. So, what do you ultimately hope audiences take away from Danny Will Die Alone?
Oh, that's a good question. I think what I want, what I expect and I want is I want it to I want it to open conversations with people. Like I imagine in my dream of dreams, I want I want couples to watch this together. I want friends to watch this together. I want groups of friends. I want viewing parties. Uh, because I think the show is it talks about so much that we as a community I don't think we're hiding from it. I just don't think we have these conversations about a lot of things. There's a lot of
Yeah.
things there's a lot of candid talk about sex even. There's a whole episode called Fist Giving, and it's about and you know what? I think friends should talk about that more.
Yeah, yes, I agree. Fisting,
Yeah.
yes.
No, so I want it to inspire conversation.
Mhm,
There's some really great topics that come up. One of the great things that is talked about is what we give up,
mhm,
or what we're willing to give up for connection, what we're willing to sacrifice for connection, and whether that be for friends or for a romantic partner. And I think that's really important for not just queer couples and queer relationships, but for everyone to examine that and what our personal boundaries are with the people around us.
definitely, definitely. Now, are you partnered?
I have a wonderful partner. We just celebrated our 7-year anniversary last week.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you, thank you. His name is Adam. He's in the other room right now. I'm sure listening and rolling his eyes at me now. But yeah, so we've been together for 7 years, and we have two garbage monsters. I call them our rescue cats. We have
Love it. Love it.
Bruce and Casper Mattress.
Nice. Nice. What was the first name?
Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce Springsteen. Bruce
And
Springsteen's Casper mattress.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Awesome. I love it. Love it. So,
Yeah.
what is your relationship dynamic with him, if you don't mind me asking?
What do you mean? What do
Like,
you
are you
mean?
monogamous, open, polyamorous? Like, how is your setup?
Yeah, you know what? So for the two of us, we were monogamous for many, many years, and that was by choice because we really wanted to we wanted to create a strong relationship for us.
Hmm.
And in the meantime, we have opened up our relationship and discovering what that means. And that changes. That
Hmm.
changes over time. That changes based on the season. Um, and you know what? There's no one size fits all for relationships.
Hmm.
Whether it's monogamous, open, polyamorous, do whatever works for you, whatever feels good for you, whatever is respectful of each other. But yeah, so for right now, we are open.
Nice. And how did you two meet?
We met on the
On the
apps.
apps? Okay.
Yeah, we met on the apps, and this is where he's going to be rolling his eyes. I know it. He likes to say that we met antiquing upstate.
Okay. Okay.
No,
Love it.
no, we met on the apps, and we chatted back and forth for a little bit, and I knew um, right away I was interested in him, and I thought, oh, this guy's really he's hot, he's attractive, but we also seem to be on via text. We have good chemistry. We have good thing going, and I knew when that happens, you gotta you have like a week and a half period, I think,
Hmm.
where if you don't meet the person in real life, it's never going to happen then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you turn into pen pals, and the interest wears off.
Hmm.
So, we had been going back and forth for about a week, and in the back of my head, I thought, oh, you got to meet this guy. You gotta get into this soon. And so one night I was working at a restaurant. I got off early, and I said, hey, do you wanna meet for a nightcap? And he said, okay, sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's great. So we rolled up. It was like 11 o'clock at night. And we hit it off right away. We had a great first date. We were there for hours. We closed the place down. And then I walked him home. We hugged goodbye. We didn't even kiss goodbye. And this is the gross part. Uh, as soon as he left to go home, I had to walk home, and I pulled my phone out, and I still have the text message actually. I texted my best friend, and I said, "Oh, I said I think I just met the man I want to spend the rest of my life with." And I know how fairy tale that sounds and how silly it is, but I knew right away. I knew there was something special.
You knew
And
it.
Adam had a similar experience with one of his best friends where he said,
Yeah.
I think I met someone really important in my life.
Mhm.
And we've kind of been inseparable ever since that day.
That's awesome. Love it. So, what was
Yeah.
his reaction when you got the role for Danny Will Die Alone?
I mean, he was thrilled for me. He's thrilled whenever I get a job.
Good
um,
supportive partner.
yeah. And but he had been sort of been around for it when I did my first audition for it. He read the other lines for me, so he knew what was going on. And then when I finally got the part, they gave me all the scripts, and I had I don't know about 6 weeks to prep for filming. And so I was doing a lot of work on my own and memorizing and just sort of sorting through everything. And I think about the week before we started filming, I said, "Hey, I know it's really annoying, but would you mind reading lines with me?" No, I know no one wants to do that. It's never fun, but it'll really help me out. So he said, "Of course." And so I think we got through the first episode or first episode and a half. And he said, I didn't know it was so explicit. And I said, "Oh yeah, it is, it is."
Yeah.
And he had watched me. I was because I knew I was going to be in a lot of undress.
Mhm.
He uh, he watched me chicken and broccoli for those 6 weeks. But he was thrilled. He's thrilled. He's great. And but he hasn't seen it yet. He hasn't
Hasn't
seen
seen it
any of
yet.
it.
Okay, so he has a little bit more coming to him.
Yeah, yeah. I when I got the screeners, I wanted to watch it first on my own,
Mhm.
just to get the lay of the land.
Yeah.
And I mean I don't love watching myself. No one does, and so I wanted to get that shock out of
Yeah.
my system first.
Exactly.
But even last night we were out seeing a show, and I said, "Oh, when we get home, should I put on the first episode?" And he said, "Yeah, of course. I want to see it." And we didn't end up watching it last night, and so now I kind of think he just needs to watch it when it comes out on the 14th. He needs to watch it in real time every
Right.
week.
Yes. Yes. All right. So will we see Maddie back for season three?
Yeah, we just got picked up for season three, officially about a week or two ago.
Okay.
Really exciting. Maddie is back, and have you had a chance to watch the
I've
show? Have you had to watch the
I've,
end of the show?
I've seen season one. I haven't seen any of season two yet.
Oh, you're
Yes.
in for season two is
Yeah.
so the difference between season one and season two. Season one was the episodes are shorter.
Mhm.
Season two, they are full length episodes, half-hour episodes. So they work out. It works out about 23 minutes or so.
Mhm.
Commercial breaks if we aired on TV.
Mhm.
Fingers crossed. But and also in season two there's more of a connecting storyline through the full season.
Mhm.
Maddie will be back for season three, so we're going to go into filming in April, I believe.
Okay.
It's currently being written, and so I don't know what's happening yet. I keep hearing stories and rumors,
Okay.
and I'm really excited about it because it sounds like there are big changes in season three
Okay.
in both in story and plot line, but
Mhm.
also how the show is going to look and sound. And yeah,
All right.
I I'm pretty excited for what Danny has to do, but I'm
Yes.
pretty excited for what Maddie has to do.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. So season two premieres November 14th, correct?
November 14th on Dekkoo.
Dekkoo, perfect. Well, how can one
Yeah.
stay up to date with you?
You can catch me on socials. I'm on Instagram at Bell Jordan, Bell Jordan. That's the best way. I'm on there. I'm posting. I'm adding to my stories, and it's a lot of it is about Adam and I and our two cats
Nothing wrong
yesterday.
with
Yesterday, Bruce was, I have a piano here, and Bruce was playing the piano.
that.
Maniac. Uh, yeah, so that's the best way to find me.
All right, perfect. Then before we wrap up, are there any other upcoming projects or anything else you'd like to mention or plug at this time?
I have that coming out. I leave in a couple days to go to Toronto. I'm going to be in Toronto for the next couple months. I'm doing a project up there,
Nice.
which is where I'm from originally.
Okay.
And so I'm going to be up in Toronto. I'm doing The Wizard of Oz for the winter
Nice.
at the Winter Garden Theater. It's right downtown, and it's a blast. So I'm really excited about that. I've been looking forward to that since the spring. So
Okay. Who are you playing?
I am going to be I'm a number of characters.
I'm a
I'm
character.
in the ensemble, but I understudy a character called Plumbum.
Okay.
It's not the Wizard of Oz that you normally see. It's a panto, which is a British tradition we do in Canada.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Gotcha.
Pantos, they take these fairy tales and sort of twist them, and they turn them on their head, and they make it really fun for the kids, but they also make it a bit, saucy for the adults too. And so there's a character called Plum Bum that's been created by a brilliant Canadian actor. He's a star in Canada. His name's Dan Shamroy. He's
Nice.
won every award you can imagine, and he's created this wild character. So it's really an honor for me to be up there and understudying for him.
Definitely fantastic.